David, he was operated on.
On his brain, why?
They're not sure.
Where are you going?
Mexico. People are dying there from an antibiotic-resistant strain of TB.
I want you in Hudson Point, Illinois. The people have temporarily lost the ability to feel any pain. They inflict horrific injuries on themselves without realizing it.
How bad is it?
46 cases, 5 people actively suffering from the disorder.
Got a take on it?
Everybody's drinking the same water, breathing the same air. I mean, corn is really huge down
In
here.
Chiapas, there are over 1 million people at risk.
The Mexican government has not invited anyone into Chiapas. They're fully aware of this outbreak. What if they're the ones who brought it here in the first place?
Let's get some concrete answers before we start throwing around words like biological weapons.
I got bad news. Our TB strain is identical to the KwaZulu-Natal slum in South Africa. We don't have a clue what can kill it.
Just got a call from Homeland. There was a major firefight in Chiapas. It appears that Carlos was caught in the middle. He's missing, and we are to presume dead.
Oh, how's it going? Good, just finishing. Got that TB strain percolating with every antibiotic from isoniazid to pyrazinamide. Okay, so now all we do is wait. I hate waiting. Me too. You heard from David? No, you?
Where's David? He went back to Mexico, didn't he?
Of course he did. You really didn't think he'd go back there?
God damn it!
Come on, Wes, don't act so surprised.
He knows that Washington and Ottawa are doing all they can.
Like what? It's been 2 days and nothing, not a word about Carlos.
Lemeyer's gonna love this call.
Then don't make it, Wes, really. What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
He's expecting him in Hudson today. 7 more accidents involving people who can't feel pain.
We're on top of it.
And?
And it'd be nice to have David's right on top of it, too.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Oye, amigo, mira, ¿quién es ella? Sí, ella. Ella tiene un novio. No sé. Ay, chingado. Mira la manera que ella mueve. Mira ella con la cara bella. Y yo tengo la botella de tarde. No sé quién es ella.
Speak English? Speak English? No hablo español, all right? I'm a scientist, all right? Scientísimo. Comprende scientísimo.
¿Qué pasa aquí? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué quiere aquí?
It's a passport. It's just a passport.
Mira
Canadian
que está
citizen. Just relax.
¿Qué quieres?
Relax. Don't point that gun at me.
Ahora,
Come
mira
on.
si él está armado.
Come on. Listen, I need to speak to Sub-Commandant
¿Qué
Munoz, all
quiere
right?
con el comandante Muñoz?
Sí. Commandant Munoz. She knows me. Comprende. Comprende. Arriba. Munoz. Take me to see Munoz. It's very important that she sees me. I'm not wearing the fucking bag. me here, I'll leave. Just give me Carlos Serrano.
And what makes you think that
I don't. But the Mexican army says they don't know where he is.
You got heard from him.
What, you think I'd be in this shithole if I had?
After he betrayed us, he disappeared.
Betrayed you.
My men were hidden in the countryside, safe from disease, safe from the Mexican army. Carlos and you convinced me to gather them for vaccination. They were slaughtered like ants. Or was it you who betrayed
I
us?
can think of a much easier way for you to get into my pants.
Oh! I just want the truth.
The truth is, nobody wanted us to come down here. People were dying. That's why we came. We don't give a shit about politics or your goddamn revolution. We're here to stop a potential pandemic. And I'm sorry, lady, but we're all you've got.
Did you bring a cure for the sick?
Do you know where Carlos Serrano is?
Rico! He wasn't nice to see you. Tell him what you told me.
Hello, Rico. You're looking well.
The Federales attacked us. I ran one way, Carlos ran the other. They followed him. Then I heard shots.
You don't know what happened to him?
No. I went back. I didn't see a body.
Well, have you checked with the local doctors or the local clinics or the morgue?
We don't have him or there's a cemetery.
So he's been missing now for 2 days and you have nothing?
Nothing yet. Now, what do you have for me? We will keep looking. I will give you him back dead or alive. Did you bring a cure for the TB?
There is no cure. But we did think of something. A way to treat the sick.
Go on.
Look, this strain of TB that we're dealing with has become mutated. It's resistant to every drug that we've developed in the last 20 years.
So how are you going to treat it?
By hitting it with drugs it hasn't mutated a resistance to.
Something new.
Something old. Something old. An antibiotic that hasn't been used on TB in like 60 years. Something called streptomycin. Buenas tardes, mi subcomandante Muñoz. Discúlpeme que no haya llegado antes.
¿Qué pasa?
Bueno, en el pueblo dicen que usted anda buscando un traidor.
Sí.
Pues encontré a un hombre.
A ver, descríbamelo.
Un bigote así, como 2 metros de altura.
Gracias. Soy medio feo, compadre.
I have got to fucking learn how to speak Spanish. Carlos.
Hey, baby.
Jesus. Don't move. You okay? You look like shit.
Yeah, I feel like shit.
Traiga el botequín.
Sí,
No, estoy bien. Señor Rivera me entendió muy bien.
What the fuck happened?
They shot at me.
Who?
The soldiers. Mexican soldiers.
Goddamn federales.
Wait a minute, you've been shot?
No. I dove for cover, went down a 20-foot embankment, just busted myself up.
Broken ribs?
I think so. I'll be okay. What did I miss?
More bad news. TB is extensively drug resistant.
Are you sure? Nothing will kill it.
And the strains out of South Africa.
South Africa. KwaZulu-Natal?
Yeah.
How did I get into Chaplain's, Davy?
I don't know. I was hoping we could find patient 0 and ask him.
What makes you think he's still alive?
Well, dead or alive, if we find him, he'll have a lot of answers to what's been happening here. Come on. Other than a couple of cracked ribs, he's fine.
I want you two out of there now.
Sounded like an order, Weston.
Then take it as a suggestion.
Take it. It's nice to know you care, though, Wes.
Okay, David, how safe are you?
I don't know, Mako.
Have you started the strep injections?
Yeah, but it's going to be at least a week before we can confirm any results. Got new patients coming in every day. How's it going up there?
Well, it's slow. I gotta grow a whole second batch of TB.
Okay, first sign of life in any of those culture dishes, I want you to hit it with every antibiotic combination you've got.
Sounds like you don't have a lot of faith in the streptomycin.
Just want to back up. Don't get lazy on me.
Got 100 cocktails standing by.
Thank you. What else?
Well, we've got some new cases of accident victims in Hudson, Illinois, and unfortunately, David, a lot of them are kids. I mean, we've got a 3-year-old girl.
Rachel? I'm sorry. We've got to hit this thing with everything we've got down here before it blows up on us.
Yep.
Rachel, believe me, the fuse is lit. And now she hates my guts.
Hey, Bob. I brought you some flowers. I know you can't see them, but at least you can smell them. So, David is still in Mexico with Carlos. I guess since this whole thing is pretty scary with the whole TB business.
I suppose you could use my help.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. I just don't know what I'm doing here. Thanks for the flowers. Hey, Nico. Please help me get the needles out when we get to work.
Excuse me. Can I help you?
Yeah, I work with Bob. I was just coming by to see how he was doing.
He's doing fine. I'm Dr. Yartkov, his attending.
Mako Tran. Do you know how much longer he'll have to be in this induced coma?
It's hard to say. We don't have much control over the swelling in his brain.
Yeah, sure.
I think the prognosis looks pretty good.
Good.
He'll be back sooner than you think.
You hear that, Bob? You hurry and wake up, okay? Got work to do.
Gracias por ayudarme a sobrevivir y sanar. Ahora yo podré ayudar a otros. Te prometo poner todo mi esfuerzo en sanar a los enfermos y traer justicia a los pobres. ¿Hay algún problema con los pacientes? Ya.
Glad you're safe.
What did he say?
He said until Bob's swelling goes down, they want to keep him in an induced coma for a while just to be safe.
But he is improving.
That's what Dr. Yartikov said.
Okay.
You sound beat, David.
Oh, it's an improvement. 5 minutes ago, I thought I was dead.
Okay, well, we've got the WHO checking all the flights from South Africa to Mexico. We're looking at over 4,000 passengers, David.
I don't care, okay? I need you to track everybody down. Has there been any alerts of this TB strain breaking out anywhere else in the world?
No, just in the ghetto in Durban.
Okay, stay on it and call me when you hear from the WHO, okay?
Hey, you be safe.
Thanks. You slept well?
Lots of coding.
What's up?
David, this distribution pattern doesn't make any sense. The red flags indicate the first wave of infection, all soldiers. The yellow and blue flags are those that were infected 1 month later, the soldiers' families. In almost every case, the Zapatista soldier got infected at least a month before any symptoms showed up in their families.
Are you telling me that all these first cases all came down with symptoms at the same time?
The same week, almost the same day.
Then how?
Let's say the men are at a training camp. The government buys an aerosolized form of KwaZulu-Natal TB of some scientists trying to make a buck. The men are sleeping.
You know what's gonna happen if we accuse the Mexican government of this?
Half the world is condemning Mexico for its brutal tactics in Chiapas.
Yeah, well, we will become the Mexican army's #1 target.
Then we have to make sure before we make any accusations.
And be back in Canada. But you know, that doesn't mean there's a conspiracy. That just means they all contracted it at the same time. What's the incubation period for TB? It was like 2-3 months?
Before it can be properly diagnosed, yes.
Okay, let's just start with that, right? Maybe you're right. Maybe there was a training camp. Whatever. They all participated in some group activity 2 to 3 months ago. Let's find that out. And then maybe we can track it to a nice, simple patient serum, right?
All right. I will get on it. ¿Quieres comer solo?
I think they prefer that I eat alone. It might be better that we don't get together. I don't want them to think, you know.
I'm a doctor talking to his colleague. Let them think what they want. So, how did you end up in Chiapas?
Indigenous people of Mexico been oppressed for hundreds of years. Enslaved, used as cannon fodder. Land that belonged to them was taken away. I thought I could help. But, I didn't fit in.
Some things take longer to change than others. But you know, Rico, the work you're doing here, it's good.
What a world, huh, Carlos? So many people, so many things we find to hate. Race, religion, sexual preference. Do you think we can find better things to do with our spare time?
Maybe someday, my friend. Maybe someday.
Oh, Jesus, Meg, I'm in the middle of lunch.
9-year-old who heated hot chocolate in the microwave. Scalded his mouth, tongue, lips, not to mention his esophagus and stomach.
Third-degree burns?
David, I am good at multitasking, okay? I am not good at putting this on hold.
All right.
All right, as in, what have I got on Hudson?
Yes.
We got 3 new leads based on patient samples.
She's in on
First, I
it.
PCR'd for viruses, and I found that most of the pain-free victims have a rotavirus.
Well, rotavirus isn't that dangerous. The most you'd get would be like a bad case of diarrhea.
Okay, so then I cultured the samples, and I got 2
Of
more
course you did.
leads. I found a Neisseria meningititis.
What, meningitis?
Yeah.
Well, I guess brain inflammation could theoretically block pain receptors.
So then, fine. How do we prove it?
Check the spinal fluid in the victims. What else have you found?
It was on the nasal swab culture, something growing like a fungus.
Well, there you go. Fungi produce all sorts of crazy neurological shit. See if you can ID the fungus.
All right,
And, find out if the rotavirus has any pain-blocking properties.
I'm all over it.
Call me when you got something.
Thank you, David.
Let me ask you, 2 to 3 months ago, before the TB symptoms showed, was there any occasion where the Zapatistas were all together, a group gathering?
What was that? Early July?
Yes.
Fiesta de San Fermin. They celebrate like they do in Spain. Sangria and bulls, fireworks.
Were you here then?
No, there was no TB to worry about, but I know you should talk to them.
People sleep in the church during the festival.
Others stay with their relatives, friends. People make room. Some people don't even sleep.
Lots of close personal contact.
Do you remember anything unusual about that weekend? A sick tourist?
The tourists, they stay away because of the fighting. It's only locals. But I don't recall any sickness.
Padre.
Would you excuse me, please, for 1 minute?
Gracias, Padre. You have to have contracted the disease the weekend of the festival.
Whole families were at that festival. Why would the men get sick first?
They tell me you're on top of the situation in Hudson Point.
Hello, Carl. What are you doing in town?
You look tired. Working too hard?
At least one of us is, huh?
Congressman Kirchner is concerned about his constituency, and I'd like to be able to tell him that we've got this thing licked.
I would like to be able to tell him that, too. But we don't.
Why not?
These things take time, Carl.
Any leads?
Rotaviruses.
What?
They affect the gastrointestinal system, usually benign in humans.
And you found this in the Hudson victims?
All of them.
So what does that mean?
Oh, Carl, I have to get back to work now.
I just need to tell Kirchner something.
Some strains of rotavirus in mice are neurotropic.
So it affects the brains.
Could affect the nervous system, We're still checking that out. At least we're trying to. See anything interesting there, dear?
Yeah, so what's this about fungus?
We just ID'd it as Eupacillin shiri.
And as I understand it, all the victims in Hudson had it growing.
In their nasal passages.
Okay, so where did
yes.
it come from?
No, no. You know, all we know is that it produces a compound that blocks pain receptors. And that...
All right. All right, so the fungus could be it.
Maybe. And if you would let me get back to work, I could even tell you that.
It's always good to see you, Rachel.
There's some activity the men do that the women and children don't participate in.
Father. I'd like to ask.
¿Podría dar un vaso de agua, por favor?
Sí, claro. Are you feeling okay?
This outbreak began during the festival.
That's what our data suggests, yes.
Gracias.
Are you feeling okay? Is there something you want to tell me, Father?
As I give the last rites, I hear over and over the same thing. The dying men believe that God is punishing them for breaking their marriage vows.
Breaking which marriage vows?
During the solstice festival, many of the men visit La Puta.
A prostitute.
That's it. Patient zero. All the men contracted the TB by sleeping with the town hooker.
And then they disperse through the countryside and bring the disease to infect their families.
Father, do you know where we can find this puta?
Father, we're going to get you examined.
Smell that?
Shit.
She's been dead at least a month. Dried blood all over the pillow, consistent with TB.
Okay, how does the local puta come down with a rare African strain of TB?
I don't think she had the money to travel there.
Maybe she picked it up off a South African tourist.
Or she could have been infected on purpose and put back into the general
you are reaching
population.
for something that we can't prove.
You're saying this woman was used against us, like a weapon.
She wouldn't even know she had it.
Or she picked it up from a tourist.
David, come on.
I know a person who can tell me if what Carlos says is true. The person responsible for this will pay.
So the TB cultures haven't told us jack shit, is what you're saying.
David, it's too soon. We need at least another week.
Come on, Mako, something's got to look promising.
Okay, right now, all the cultures indicate the TB bacterium is still growing. Nothing is working yet.
Shit!
Are you getting any results for the streptomycin?
3 more days before we can test for positive results.
Okay, so we're all in the hands of Mother Nature.
Well, somebody needs to light a fire under Mother Nature's ass. Fucking hate waiting.
Well, maybe you can distract yourself with what's going on in Illinois. The plant-like fungus that I found in all of the victims?
Penicillium shiri, was that it?
Well, it's not just growing in the victims, it's growing in the noses of everybody in Hudson Point.
Oh, great. What are they snorting?
I got a slight response from the mice who breathed in the fungus. Their ability to feel pain is maybe somewhat diminished, but not,
How did you determine that?
the old-fashioned way.
Put the little guys on a hot plate to see how long it would take them to dance, eh?
Yep, something like that.
All right, well, listen, check the levels of yeast in the mice, see if it's proportional to the Hudson patients.
So you're thinking there's a connection between the ability to feel pain and the amount of fungus growing in the patient?
Exactly. And, Mako, once you've finished picking everyone's nose in Illinois, see if you can figure out how this shit's getting airborne.
Eres peor que esa puta podrilla. Por lo menos ella no nos traicionó a propósito. ¡Ánimo!
No, Isabel, tú eres equivocada.
¡Equivocada!
Hey, what are you doing?
government spy. A traitor. We were warned by someone in the army. A sympathizer.
Well, he's being set up by someone who doesn't want him here.
I didn't do this!
I will let you live if you confess. Admit what you've done. Admit what you've done.
I did not tell the army where our men are. I swear this, please!
Did you bring the puta here? Speak!
Yes!
I'll put a hole through your lice.
I did not know she was infected.
What else?
I swear, please.
What else? Say it!
She was let out of jail. She begged me to bring her back here.
And how much did she pay you to do it?
Nothing!
How much?
The truth, Munoz.
How much?
Soldiers gave me $200 American to get her out of their sight. I believed them. She was Indian. They hated her.
Munoz, he was set up. Put down the fucking gun.
I used the money to buy medicine for our people. Madre Dios. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Thank you. For your honesty.
No!
Why, Munoz? I lost my patience. I think it's time you leave. You've accomplished nothing.
And what about the girl? Talk to her. Why didn't you call me, Bob?
I'm sorry you won't be along for the ride.
Where the hell have you been? Just get better.
Mad, bad, and dangerous science beyond the brink. Wait. Here it is.
Oh, no,
Okay,
no.
This first effort by Dr. David Sandstrom cannot be dismissed as just another attempt by leading scientists to prove the value of his efforts on the cutting edge of discovery, but it can be dismissed as a convoluted and disappointing diatribe drowning in hyperbole. Drowning in hyperbole. Ooh. One person's opinion?
Yeah.
Probably an ex-girlfriend wrote it.
I never said I was Charles Dickens.
You really go off on the Chinese here, don't you?
Well, somebody had to be held accountable.
Feel like some dessert? I would love dessert.
Why do you feel that way about Chiapas, David?
Oh, come on, Carlos.
We witnessed genocide. We should be taking this to the United Nations.
Taking what to the UN? We don't have any proof. I'm sorry.
So we do nothing.
We do science, not politics.
And they just get away with it, huh?
Whole world's going to hell, Carlos. If we're lucky, we'll get to toast marshmallows over the Alps.
That is bullshit. Excuse me.
You're focusing on the wrong thing. You know that, right?
People are being slaughtered by my own government, David.
That doesn't change the fact that we're still dealing with a major outbreak here, and we still don't know how to stop it. Now, those people need your help, not your moral indignation.
I don't know.
You can spend the rest of your life, all right, running around in the dark, trying to figure out a way to hang this whole fucking mess around the neck of the Mexican government, and you will have achieved nothing. Or you can do what you do right now. Help figure out a way to stop this thing and save thousands of lives. Hell, I don't know, maybe even prevent the pandemic. Look, I know how you feel, man. I do.
No, you don't.
Then tell me.
I feel ashamed.
Care about your priorities, Carl. We need to get back into Chiapas. I'm working on it. Doesn't make me feel any better. We need more medical aid. We need more drugs, more equipment. Yeah, well, they've offended me the way they've treated their own people. Then make them care, Carl. Come on, you've been around Washington long enough to know how to bullshit a few politicians into giving you what you want. You're welcome. Jesus. Fucking bureaucracy.
Looks like the situation in Chiapas is escalating. The army's massed at the Chiapas border.
Oh, great. So now nobody gets in or out as well.
If you get any positive results on any of the antibiotic cocktails you're working on, I will let Washington know, and it will go through acceptable diplomatic channels.
What, the rest of the civilized world isn't acceptable anymore?
What's going on with Hudson?
Oh, well,
It's spreading. Kirshner's riding Riddlemeyer's ass, and Riddlemeyer's riding mine.
Well, I'd like to see that picture.
And I would like an answer for them.
Okay, let's solve this Hudson's Point thing before the town gets its own reality show and West gets delusions of grandeur. Where are we at with the fungus?
You have a few minutes?
Yes.
Good. All right, I've been trying to isolate the compound that blocks the pain receptors and get enough to inject into a mouth.
Got any ratios from mice to humans?
Yes, absolutely. All right, this line represents the amount of Hudson fungus found in humans. This line represents the amount in mice. And this shows what happens when you take into account weight.
So proportionally, there's the same amount of fungus in the mice as there is in the humans.
David, the same amount of Hudson fungus was found in everyone, whether they experienced the pain-free episodes or not. So in answer to your question, I don't think the amount has anything to do with it. I found the source of the fungus. Fantastic. Okay. Local sweet corn. It's on the husks. You tear them off, and the fungus goes airborne.
Right up your nose. So everybody we tested in Hudson has the fungus, but not everybody was affected. Why?
Well, obviously, it's interacting with something in the people who experience the pain-free episodes. Make one from your mouth. The fuck? What?
Oh, I think you bit your tongue. I'll get some
Did
ice.
you?
It's gotta hurt.
No, it doesn't. No, I'm not feeling any pain at all.
All right, people, let's put Mako under a microscope. Okay.
All right. So I can confirm Hudson fungus in Mako's nasal passages.
Wonderful.
And mine.
But you're not pain-free.
So obviously the fungus is producing more pain-reducing agents in Mako than in me. Leave your tongue alone.
All right, so what are the differences between the two of you?
Ethnicity? But most of the patients in Hudson Point were Caucasian, so...
Age?
You see there.
What you ate?
Prescription drugs.
Shake,
Haircare products.
brown rice, over-the-counter drugs. Not me. Fabric softener, stuff.
Okay, stop, please stop. Obviously, Mako has something in common with the patients in Hudson, so I'd like the two of you to write down everything you ate today, everything you drank, every product that you used, including the brand names, and then all we have to do is find the needle in the haystack. Right, Wes?
Sorry. I was culturing the Hudson fungus with our toiletries, and I got a hit off Mako's toothpaste. Careful. It somehow stimulated the fungus to produce more of the pain-reducing byproduct.
Okay, what's in the toothpaste?
Sodium fluoride, sodium lauryl sulfate, calcium sodium phosphosilicate, zinc chloride, hydrogen peroxide, artificial coloring.
More to the point, what's the difference between your toothpaste and Mako's?
I've got her cross-checking that right now.
Carlos, any word from Doctors Without Borders?
Nothing. The Zapatistas haven't updated the website in days, which is strange.
David,
Yeah.
I got it.
No, I've got it too.
No, what do you taste?
Let me try again.
Mint. Minty flavor? It's methyl salicylate.
This way.
Okay, both the mice have the fungus. I've been administering the methyl salicylate to this one for over an hour. Now let's see if it's the methyl salicylate that is kicking the production of the compound into overdrive. Here we go.
Here's the control.
Okay. Speed brain. All right. Here we go. Oh, okay. There we go.
I'll get Wes.
That's it. That is it.
Methyl salicylate, S04E02, aka wintergreen. It's toxic in its pure form.
Isn't this what killed that jogger last year?
Her body absorbed high levels of methyl salicylate from muscle pain ointment.
In our case, wintergreen as a scent enters the nostrils where it meets up with the Hudson fungi, and you get chemical warfare in your nose.
The fungus doesn't like the wintergreen, and so as a defensive reaction, it produces this compound.
Compound takes a direct route from your nose to your blood into your brain where it blocks the pain.
So what are you saying, that everybody that's infected in Hudson, Illinois is using the same toothpaste as Mako?
Methyl salicylate is in hundreds of consumer products.
Mostly as a flavoring agent, so ice cream, chewing gum, mouthwash, candy, almost anything minty has methyl salicylate.
So what are we going to do?
Well, for starters, we got to get everybody in and around Hudson on antifungals.
And that includes Una.
Okay, bravo! Even I can follow your work. Good evening. So where does this thing come from in the first place?
Well, in one species of mushroom, research was carried out that genetically demonstrated that the spores were spread worldwide just by blowing in the wind.
And why this, and why Hudson, Illinois?
No, they probably upset the natural balance of things, you know, like they dusted the corn for...
They had a problem with common rust fungi.
There you go. So the rust fungi and the Hudson fungi were probably natural checks for each other. You get rid of the rust fungi and the Hudson moved in.
This is good news. I want your data on my desk first thing in the morning.
Why?
Well, you just think about all the people in the world, David, who suffer from chronic pain. I mean, there are cancer patients, there are people who have severe arthritis.
Soldiers.
Yes, we could help billions.
Carl, for once, I'm in complete agreement with you.
Just send me your findings.
Oh, you can get them yourself. You just go to www.norback.ca, download away.
So, you didn't feel as if you should consult me before you distributed this information?
Well, like you said, Carl, this is a great thing. You should share it with the whole world, right?
David, if I might have a word with you in private?
Sure. Make sure you post all of our findings on our website.
Already on it?
What can I do for you, Carl?
Is this where you were last week?
Why?
Is it?
Yes.
They thought it was their only solution. There was no other way out.
We were this
I know.
close.
Look.
Finding it here.
And this was not us.
Okay, I have an entire virology lab full of TB
Fine.
cultures.
All right, but they were
48
backs were
hours, we
against
could
the
have
wall.
saved all these people.
Fine.
Did this come from the
This is
Pentagon?
not our government. This is the Mexican.
Carlos, can you come up here a second?
David.
Oh, no. You tell him.
They carpet bombed the village, the quarantine city, everything.
Blew it off the map.
I received a phone call from Mexico City at 6 a.m. They considered the full ramifications of the threat of a pandemic.
That they probably started,
Felt they needed to take extraordinary measures.
by bombing Chiapas.
The U.S. government will condemn their actions, of course, and the Mexican government will say they believe it was best for their people.
They're justifying the murder of hundreds of people as a health prevention.
They're exterminating the indigenous people of Mexico. That's what this is all about.
Whatever you're doing in there, it's working. You stopped using the pentobarbital. Rest is up to you, Bob. Keep fighting, I'll be here. Hi, Bob. I'm glad you're relieved. It says that. So you're still up and running, eh? Very much so. I'll ask you a couple questions, all right? What's your phone number?
I think you're better than that. 3.14159265.
Okay. Okay, Bob. month is it? September. Right. No, hang on a second. Here you go. Slowly. Easy. You okay? Thank you. So what have you been doing, Bob? What do you mean? What's with the surgery? What surgery? Brain surgery. Never mind that. Never mind that now. Where were you? What did he have you doing? Who? Roth. I don't know. I can't remember, David. It's okay. I don't know. Okay. Okay. It's okay. I don't know.
What the hell's going on?
They're dead. 4 of them. They just didn't wake up. What happened? We've had multiple cases of intravenous drug users dying of liver failure. Just in the shelters? No, all over the city.
It's hepatitis C, heavy viral load consistent with acute infection, but
I know HCV replicates like crazy, but 1,000 times in 24 hours?
Well, you mind if we get up to speed, see what you got? What I've got is an unidentified hep C strain. Very little luck with treatments. Now 26 dead. MRI looks fine. Came out of the coma without any side effects. I can't remember the last 3 months. There's something about what I've done, where I've been. So loaded. Roth has been the money behind some very questionable research. He was doing something in a secret lab for 3 months, doing something with Bob, and Bob can't remember anything about it.
I'll make some calls.
Hey,